Well, once we were on strike, the company tried to go to the federal government at the time and ask them to enforce a cooling off period of about 30 days.
The facts, dates, and events presented in this video are from the members' best recollection and may not be fully accurate. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your local union about your rights and duties at your workplace. The opinions shared on this video are our own and do not necessarily represent my employer's positions, strategies, or opinions. All views shared are protected under the National Labor Relations Act.
What's going on, everybody? So today I have John, the retired UPS guy, out of local 2785 in San Francisco, California. And we're going to have kind of like 2 episodes this weekend. We're going to throw this episode out because we got a lot of people who are scared right now of everything that's going on. And John was here during the 97 strike, so he's going to help us out, walk us through it. And then the other thing, tomorrow we're going to have a contract update video. Richard Hooker and Greg Kerward are going to be on to help update everybody else on what's going on currently. So, but I do appreciate John joining us. And so right now, pretty much every steward out there, I'm getting blown up with just messages. People are scared right now. Was this the same vibe you had back in 97?
Absolutely. It's a scary time for people. There's 1 month left to the end of the contract. There might be a strike. There might be some layoffs. The volume will drop. If there is a strike, you don't know if how long it's going to last. It might last a day, a week, a month. You don't know. But you need to stand firm and not accept anything that's not a good contract for the membership.
So you mentioned the volume dropping, and we're seeing a lot of that right now. Now, how was it back in 97?
The volume dropped the closer it got to July 31st that year, and there were a few layoffs. The lower seniority drivers and workers were laid off, but if there is a strike August 1st, then everybody will be off on the picket lines outside, and you'll all be in the same boat fighting for the same thing in the end.
And so, as we edge closer, what are some things we can expect to hear from management?
Management will probably come out in PCMs or postings, and they will tell you how great their contract offer was, and that you should be able to vote on it, and it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, basically. But in the end, the union negotiating committee is going to look at their last best final offer, and if it's a good, honest offer and it's good for the membership, they will put it up for a vote. If it's a lousy offer and does nothing for the membership, they will not put it up for a vote in the end.
So you just mentioned last best and final offer, and we're hearing this over and over and over again. Can you explain to us a little bit more about this last best and final offer?
The last best and final offer is what a company will tell a union and say, we're not going to go any higher in wages or benefits or anything else like that. It's basically take it or leave it. And the union will look at it, and if it's a lousy offer, their tool is to go out on strike.
So they could just not even present it to the members if it doesn't.
Absolutely. If the company will try to come out and say, oh, let the membership vote on it. Well, that's not how collective bargaining works. The union negotiating committee is in charge of presenting it to their membership. So if it is not an acceptable or good offer and it does nothing for the membership, then it will not be put up for a vote.
And so another thing that people are worried about is their credit card bills, their mortgages, and everything else. Is there anything that people can do to help out in a time like this?
Absolutely. There is 1 month left as of tomorrow. So I would suggest calling the credit card company, calling your mortgage broker, calling your landlord now and saying, what is the situation if I go on strike in August? Is there a way to defer payments? Is there a way to skip a payment? It's better to know now than later on. And most places will work with people that are on strike. So now is the time to do that.
Back in 97, you guys went on strike, but we always hear like, hey, listen, the government's going to push us back to work. We're not going to talk about now, but I want to talk about 97. How did it fall into place back then?
Well, once we were on strike, the company tried to go to the federal government at the time and ask them to enforce a cooling off period of about 30 days. And the government saw, President Clinton at the time saw that the public was on the Teamster side. You know, it was their UPS man or woman coming to their door to deliver their packages. So they backed the Teamsters. So they did not enforce a cooling off period. A cooling off period will weaken the union's position because it just basically extends what's been going on with a lousy offer another 30 days. So you're in the same boat 30 days later on.
That's awesome. And you know, I think a lot of people may see it already, but it looks like the public is already kind of siding with us. So it's actually looking pretty good for us right now. One last thing before we close it out, John. Now, I kind of want to know the night that you found out that you're hitting the streets, what was it like?
It was a little scary at first because it was 9 o'clock our time on the West Coast here, and we had the news on, and Ron Perry came out of the negotiation and said, it's midnight back east. As of now, the Teamsters are on strike against UPS. And it was like, wow, you know, 90 years at the time of UPS, there had never been a strike. You'd heard about it, but it was just amazing. The next day, we showed up at the picket line. We were told to bring our uniforms, which we did in case there was a quick resolution to the strike. But we showed up at the picket line, and it was one united workforce out there. It was a great 2 weeks, if I can say that. I didn't get paid for 2 weeks, but the friendships I made, mobile picketing, the picketing of the building, I wouldn't trade that for anything. It was just a wonderful 2 weeks, and you know, if necessary, you have to do it again.
John, thank you so much for coming on. If you haven't done so already, I'm going to link John's YouTube channel down below. He has this great video that's 2 hours long of a bunch of collected footage back from the 97 strike. I appreciate that. You know, we do shout outs, John. Who do you want to shout out?
2 different shout outs this week. I would like to shout out 4 drivers from South Beach Center in San Francisco that recently retired, starting with Johnny, then Gary, Walter, and as of today, last official day on the books, Dan, who's a new retiree as of today. And then a real quick shout out to 2 of my high school friends, Pat and Rita, who now watch these videos. So it's nice to chat with them. And we're great friends of almost 40 years.
Awesome. And John, thank you so much for coming on the channel and your retired years and helping out the members. And you know what? We'll probably have you on again. So
okay, I'm retired. I got the time for you.
Awesome. All right, guys. All right. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to have another video for you. Love you guys. See you next time.